Is anyone else getting hungry? Interesting. Oh, no. Of course.
Say goodbye to your kneecaps, chucklehead.
Hey folks, I'm Steph, and today I want to talk to y'all about Digipaks, or I guess more correctly Digisleeves, since there's no plastic insert in this Digisleeve. And I hope y'all enjoyed that little skit. I had a lot of fun making it, and don't worry, my Tame Impala disc is safe and sound in a jewel case. But yeah. This was just an old Netflix rental disc. If y'all remember when Netflix used to have that, and it was a Wii game. I think it was probably Mario Bros or something, but it's useless now, so I just used it for the skit. Ooh. And I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it. But, you know, Digisleeves, they're just kind of garbage, right? Somehow, even brand new, your disc comes out scratched. And, you know, this did happen to me with my Tame Impala CD. Not sure how well it'll show on camera, but there's a scratch right here, which is just kind of disappointing, right? You know, you want to have your media physical, and you want to show your support for an artist that you like, and your brand new product comes in. I mean, the art's fine. Some of this packaging, though, it feels cheap, and it doesn't wear well, especially if you're taking it in and out of storage, or you know, you accidentally drop it, or anything really. I haven't been collecting CDs for too long. It's only been a few years now, and I know I'm a bit late to the wave on social media, about half a year to a year late, but I do have a few CDs. I think I have like 25 in my collection, but 5 of them so far have come in Digisleeves, and you can see on this Leve Digisleeve, the packaging is just kind of beat up. There's like dents and scratches on the front, and there's a bend on the corner. And just overall, it's in kind of rough shape. You can see a crease there too. And I just really don't like Digisleeves. I'm sure it works. You know, you have the method where you squeeze it so that the CD comes out without touching the cardboard, but eventually going in and out of the Digisleeve, you know, you're gonna get careless and you're gonna scratch up your disc. So I have done my best to move away from Digisleeves. Whenever I find an LP, I'll I'll purposely buy a jewel case version at my local CD store. If I have to buy it online, then I immediately make a new back cover and put it inside of a jewel case. So yeah, these are just kind of, I hate these. So I just kind of wanted to share with y'all how to put these into jewel cases, right? So that this doesn't happen to you. Bit exaggerated, I know, but yeah. And so when you have these in storage, like on your CD rack, you can actually read what's in the jewel case instead of just flying blind. So it kind of completes the collection. It makes it look a little bit better, and you don't have to deal with damaging your Digisleeves any more than they already came delivered to you. So if you really want to look at the art or whatever is inside of the Digisleeve, you know, you can store these right next to your jewel case container storage system. You can just have it right next to them so that you don't have to touch the Digisleeves unless you want to look at the extras. But yeah, I try my best to make my jewel case covers similar to the actual Digisleeve so that I still get that experience of, you know, taking it out, flipping it, looking at the back, looking at the tracks. So I still get that experience, even though it's black and white instead of in color, obviously. But I'll jump over to my computer and show y'all what I did to print out these different jewel case covers so that you can stop using the damn Digisleeves. All right, folks, so I'm in LibreOffice Writer, which is an alternative to Microsoft Word, which is free to use, so that's why I'm using it. And I have a template here that I pulled off of the internet. I'll put a link to where I found it. Use at your own discretion, but this template's nice because it has the proper dimensions and it has fold lines for the sides of the jewel case. The only thing that I want to edit on it that's not the text is actually that the sides were flipped incorrectly, so the text wasn't correct in the jewel case when you compared it to your other CDs that came in jewel cases. So in order to change that up, you'd highlight it, go into table properties, text flow, and then text orientation. For the right side, do top to bottom vertical. On the left side, you do bottom to top, and then apply that. So for our example, Tame Impala The Slow Rush, nice album, I really enjoy it. Basically what I do is that I look at the back of the Digisleeve and just look at the overall layout of the text and the font used, and I just try to get a font that is as close as possible to what's on the Digisleeve, and I apply it to the different sections of the cover. Oops. And I just try to lay it out as close as possible. For the Slow Rush, the text and the artist are actually right next to each other. So I'll go up to Bewitched the Goddess Edition for an example. And what I do is I basically write the artist name, the name of the album, and then the artist name again, and then input a few spaces and make it equal on both sides until the artist name is offset to the point where I want it, and then I white out the second instance of the artist name, and that'll make it so that the album's centered and the artist name is offset. But basically, once you have your new back cover the way that you want it, you just print it and then cut it out. So I'll jump to that. I'll see y'all soon. All right, folks, welcome back. I have the Digisleeve cover, or Digipak, goodness, the jewel case covers printed out. And, you know, I already have one made for my Tame Impala disc and my Bewitched disc, but I wanted to show y'all an example. So yeah, let's just get into it. Basically, what I do is I print it out, and then I just use a utility blade. And, you know, just like elementary school, you just cut along the lines. What I find that helps is using 2 fingers in order to get some stability while you're cutting. And it's best to cut in one straight line instead of a bunch of smaller lines. Another nice thing is to cut off the other cover so that it's not in your way. It's not flopping around and stuff while you're cutting out the cover that you're currently cutting. And make sure to cut on a flat surface that you don't mind getting scuffed or cut into, because, you know, you don't want to cut up a nice table or anything like that. But yeah, it's as simple as cutting it out. And it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Oof, you can see that. There's a little bit of tolerance left in the jewel case, so it's not entirely perfect. And I'm just doing this real quick on camera, so definitely not gonna be perfect because I can't lean over my work to ensure that I'm following the line as close as possible. But yeah, just cut it out as clean as you can, and you'll have your new cover ready. And then just fold along the line, the dotted line here. So what I do is I pre-bend it a little bit so that it kind of bows it, and then pinch it in the center-ish, and then pinch it on the ends. I know this isn't rocket science, but hey, I thought it was cool. I like it in my collection, so I just wanted to share this with y'all. So once you have this creased up, I found that it's nice to actually bend the crease back a little bit, because this thin paper kind of likes to fold in on itself when you're inserting it into the jewel case. So in order to avoid that, I kind of have it bowed out a little bit so that it doesn't really show up well, so that it kind of flexes out into the jewel case instead of getting folded into it. So you take a donor jewel case. I have a bunch of used ones that used to store CDs from my parents' collection, but yeah, those CDs are so scratched that they're really not playable anymore. So I have a used donor, but you can buy new jewel cases online, or yeah, just buy them online. And what you do is you take your nail and you pry the clear part of the jewel case, you pry it outwards so that these locking points come loose. So you pry this out, and then you pull up on the insert sleeve on the inside, and then do it again for the back, or the other corner, and then your disc holder should pop right out. Make sure that your text is aligned proper. Put it in. This one obviously is pretty shoddy, so it's not fitting nicely, but it's fine for demo purposes. And then as you put the disc holder back in, just ensure that your sides aren't getting caved in by what is now the black plastic insert. And there you have it. Make sure all 4 sides are pushed in, and you have a jewel case for a disc that was originally in a Digisleeve. So yeah, hope this is helpful for y'all in your CD collection journey, and you can get all of your not great Digisleeves into some jewel cases. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers. Hey folks, just wanted to jump in at the end here because while I was editing, I realized that we hit 100 subscribers. So yeah, that's it's a pretty exciting milestone for me personally and my small YouTube channel. So yeah, I just wanted to say again, I thank y'all for subscribing and watching. I hope y'all stick around, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was the first time that I put some effort into actually editing, and especially the little skit. Yeah, and I hope y'all enjoy that, like, you know, early SFM, Half-Life TF2 type of humor. Yeah, and please don't judge me too hard on my harmonica skills. I just started learning 3 days ago, so yeah, you know, again, just thank y'all. And if anyone's just passing through, hey, thanks for watching to the end. Hope you all enjoyed the video too. Yeah, so let's get back to those end cards, huh? Cheers.